Hello, everyone. My name is Andrew, and this is my co host on the other screen, Will, and welcome to the very first episode of A-Spec, our brand new Pokemon podcast where we talk about all things Pokemon all the time. Once again, like I said, my name is Andrew. This is Will. How you doing today, Will?
I'm good, Andrew. How are you doing?
Oh, you know what? Not too bad on this nice chilly evening here in Japan, and that is something that is
hmm
very important to this podcast as we both live in Japan, and more specifically,
Yep.
we live in the cold north of the IRL Sinnoh, Hokkaido, and we can bring a lot of what it means to be a Pokemon fan in Japan to this podcast, so that is something very unique and individually kind of special for this podcast that you guys can learn about Pokemon news directly from Japan. So, with that said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's go ahead and get to some Pokemon
Yep.
news from this week, starting with the cards. So, in the Pokemon TCG this week, in the rest of the world, they got the Mega Evolution Phantasmal Flames expansion has been released for the rest of the world. We got that, I believe, like a month ago, or like a little bit, maybe 2 months ago now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somewhere in there, like a month and a half, maybe.
Yeah, and I think we all got. I know I got a box set of that. I actually did an opening, and my pools weren't amazing. I feel like the best card I got was like the SR Lopunny, which in itself, Lopunny, Mega Lopunny EX could be like pretty good, but the
Yeah.
S it's I didn't even get the SAR like the actual illustration. I just got like the
hmm
first tier up. But other than that, with the TCG, Will, why don't you hit us with some other news in it?
Yeah. So earlier this week, we actually got a bunch of news. Maybe not so much, but we got
Mm,
some news regarding the new set, Mega Dream,
that's right, we
coming
did.
out in Japan. Coming out in Japan next month. Not next month, next week, November 28th.
That's right. That's right.
And we're getting a bunch of cool cards
Mm,
like Mega Mega Frostlass.
yeah.
We've known about Mega Dragonite for a while, but it's finally coming out.
Yeah.
As well as Mega Electros and a bunch of cards supporting N. So
Which
I
I
think
was
N's going to be
shocked.
getting.
Yeah, the end
Yeah,
was a
me
surprise.
too. We're getting cards like N's Zekrom, N's
Vanillish.
Oh my god, I just
Yeah,
lost
the
it.
Vanillish
Yes, Ends
line.
Vanillish. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Vanillish line. Uh, Gigalith.
Mm.
Um, another. Oh no, not another Reshiram, and a supporter that will allow you to take up more prize cards, allowing you
Yeah.
to, as long as you can set up the um, very heavy tax that it requires, you get to take up to three prize cards if you
Yeah,
control a whole
so
bunch of Ends Pokemon.
yeah, I got it right here. It's called Anthea and Concordia. It is a trainer supporter which directly works with N. It's you can only play this card if you have N's Darmanitan, N's Zoroark EX, N's Reshiram, N's Zekrom, and N's Klinklang and N's Vanillix in play. So you have to have a full bench of like unique N's Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then during this turn, if your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack from one of your Ents Pokemon, takes three extra prizes. So you can OTK. If you are fighting a Mega Pokemon and you kill a Mega Pokemon this way, you can just win the game straight up.
Yeah. I
It's a
think
Briar for
I
Nin.
I'm glad to see Ends getting a bunch of support like that because I think the Ends deck is very cool. It's really underwhelming with the state it's in right now.
Yeah.
But cards like this can really take you by surprise. It does take a lot of setting
Setup.
up to do, so I don't know how good it's going to actually be. But nonetheless, I still think it's pretty cool that N is getting support like that.
Yeah, I think the biggest struggle it's going to have is those evolution ones. I think, getting
Yeah.
Zekrom Reshiram on the field, and to an extent, Zoroark, because Zoroark's an EX, so it's got a high HP
hmm
threshold. But I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult getting the other ones evolved and on the bench without maybe taking some damage
Yeah.
by late game. So with that, alongside the Phantasmal Flames that got released worldwide, Pokemon TCG Live is updated as well with it. So if you guys want to test out the
Oh,
cards,
very
go ahead
nice.
and hit that up. I'm sure it gives you some free stuff like to test out some of the new megas. Mega Charizard being the poster chat of that one. I've been trying to make a Mega Charizard work, and I do think I finally have a deck that is worth using over here. But we'll have to see with next week, or is it next week? Is it the week after? Is it next week?
It's November 28th, so the
So
week
so
after.
2 weeks from now,
2 weeks.
we'll get the new side set. So it's not a full set. It's like we were talking about with the in support and stuff. So this new set's coming out, the Dream one. It's not even a new set. It's a side set that releases a bunch of old cards. Japan did it last year with the Eevee ones, the Eevee cards. That's what this kind of set was, where it's a lot. It's a more expensive. It's a premium set. It's got 10 cards in it because here in Japan we only get 5 cards in our packs. No rares are guaranteed like America, but it's only about 180 yen, which about $1.50 in the U.S. roughly, give or take.
Something like that, yeah.
And this is where like those cool like manga rares are coming in that kind of show the different Pokemon from each of like the poster Pokemon from each of the recent sets, being Mega Gardevoir, Mega Lucario, and Mega
Mhm.
Charizard, getting these like cool manga illustration rares. So these will be like the Evolutions from last year.
Yeah.
But it'll have English writing on the Japanese cards and then Japanese writings on the English cards, which I'm a little bit jealous, honestly, that we get the English writing on the front, because I do think
It
like
is
the
a little
Japanese pictures
funny,
look
yeah.
better. Yeah, for sure. And it says like
Mhm.
the series name or the set's name on it, like it'll say like Mega Brave, Mega Symphonia, and
Yeah.
Phantasmal Flames and all that. Which I'm gonna try to be getting those. I did already get a box secured for myself from the Pokemon Center
Hmm.
directly. I know Big Camera, one of the stores here in Japan, got they did their raffle this weekend, or like you can sign up for it, and I think you get 3 boxes from this one, which was
Oh,
actually
okay.
yeah. So if I win that one too, I'm definitely gonna reach out to you guys, be like, hey guys,
Hmm.
I don't wanna spend over 10,000 yen, please, please help out.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I keep meaning to sign up for those raffles. I just keep forgetting, and I haven't spent nearly as much time as you in Japan, so I'm
yeah.
still like kind of new to it and don't necessarily know how it works still. But nonetheless, I'm trying, and I just keep forgetting.
Yeah, we'll
But
actually get into how long each of us have been to Japan in our main segment of the day. But let's go ahead and move on
sure.
from the TCG. We do currently, before we leave the TCG, there is the Pokemon Regional in Las Vegas going on right now, with, of course, the TCG portion being a part of that. And we will talk about the results of that more next week. And also next weekend, this also is a good transition into the VGC, or the video game side as well, because they have
Yeah.
competitions for both. The Latin America International in Sao Paulo is next weekend as well, and it is a 3-day weekend for us here in Japan, so I will be trying to tune in to some of that if I can, since I can stay up a little bit more. But let's get into game news. So I'll go ahead and fire off with the first game, and then I'll pass it over to you for some ZA stuff, because I know you've been enjoying ZA as much as I have, maybe even more.
Mhm.
But I'll go ahead and mention that we got a new trailer for Pokopia, the like kind of Animal Crossing Pokemon style game where you're Ditto and you're going through like just building up like a town, like Pokemon centers and stuff like that. And I've had some reactions. Everyone loves Mosslax, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Everyone's loving that. Everyone's loving these like regional variants, like the Pikachu one as well. I
Hmm.
think overall the reception of what the game looks like actually is pretty good. It is a kind of win that it does have the share feature, like game share. So if one person owns the game, then you can share it like the old DS games
Yeah.
for certain things. So that's pretty cool. The not
Hmm.
win part, the part that's actually a big thumbs down, is the fact that it is game key only and it's not on the cartridge itself,
Yes.
which
Yes.
that's a little bit concerning, I guess, for me, because
Right.
I'm always big for physical games. I had the digital Xbox and PS5, and from this point on, I will never do that again, because I'm just like, man, this sucks, because I've had to buy every single game instead of being able to like share with some of my friends here that also have those, things.
Hmm.
And just game preservation as well, of course, is like the big forefront of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then before we move over to the ZA, though, just a quick little Pokemon Unite update. Demise, the anchor Pokemon that no one asked for, is now playable. It's just like we had Empoleon, which was a banger. We had, who was the last Pokemon that just came out? That was pretty cool, too. Um, I mean,
Empoleon came out
yeah,
recently,
Empoleon came out,
and
and there
then
was
after that, Mega
that's what it
Lucario.
was. Mega Lucario came out, and then also Mega
Yes,
Charizard, I believe. Mega Charizard X, or is that's coming?
I don't know.
Because I
As
believe
a
the
news
Mega Ball.
podcast, we probably should have done probably should have kept up with that. But
We can cut that part
yeah,
out if it
I
sounds awful, to be fair.
no,
Mega
we'll leave it in.
Charizard
Who
X
cares?
and Pokemon, yeah, Pokemon Unite. At the end of the day, Pokemon Unite is, I mean, it's a fun little pastime. It did come out, by the way.
Yeah.
Came out October 24th,
Oh,
so
that's cool.
it's
Okay.
actually been out for a while. But yeah, I mean, I've kind of been off Pokemon Unite for quite some time. I actually did a Pokemon Unite podcast during season 0, but
Mm,
it's been a little bit more not on my radar, if that makes sense. I'm more focused on like the
yeah.
main Pokemon games and the TCG. But let me pass it over to you
hmm
for the game we really want to talk about.
Legends ZA.
Legends CA.
Yeah,
Love that game.
there's
Love you that game.
yes, there. I've had a phenomenal time with it. I
Same.
really love it. I was never much of a shiny hunter,
Right, me too.
even with Scarlet and Violet with the sandwiches,
Mm-hmm.
making shiny hunting the easiest it's ever been.
Yeah.
But with ZA, I've actually really been enjoying it.
Mm.
I finally, after 3 days of shiny hunting Fennekin, I finally got shiny Delphox, and now I have the complete Kanto starters. Now I'm just kind of walking around seeing what else I want to get.
Nice.
But in 3 days, we are also going to be getting some more news regarding the DLC.
Woo!
We know Hoopa. Yes, we know Hoopa's going to be
Yeah.
involved. The two forms of Mega Raichu, and also recently announced Mega Chimecho and Mega Baxcalibur.
Scarlet and Violet getting some
I'm
love with the Megas. Love that.
yeah, like Baxcalibur really needed it, right?
No, yeah, really
Um,
needed that.
not too sure how I feel about Mega Baxcalibur.
They made
It
his
doesn't
sword
look
bigger.
bad.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's simple, but Mega Chimeco, on the other hand, that's a
yeah, Mega
I like
Chimecho
Mega
I am a
Chimeco.
huge fan
Yeah,
of.
yeah, me too.
Yes, I'm a huge fan of Mega Chimecho. I
You notice it looked
have
like
been
Chingling, by the
seeing
way. Like it looks like Chingling.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah, the outside the
yeah, yeah.
golden
Yeah.
ring is in the shape of a Chingling. I have been seeing a lot of rumors online about what potential Mega Pokemon are going to be coming.
So, spoiler discretion, in case it is true. Leak discretion. If you
Yes, in
don't
case it is
want,
true.
in case it is true, or you don't even want to hear any leaks, just maybe skip over the next few minutes, and we'll maybe in the post we'll put this timestamp here
Yeah,
when you
definitely.
want to skip over all the leak based stuff. So, go ahead.
Definitely. So, if you want to avoid spoilers, skip to this part of the video.
Right
We've
there.
given you enough time. So, supposedly they're adding more X and Y variants of Megas.
I
So,
have
like
heard of that.
Mewtwo X and Mewtwo Y.
It starts with an
Some of
L.
the
Starts
some of
with an
the
L.
culprits, yeah, some of the culprits are Garchomp Y and Lucario Y.
Garchomp kind of needs it, to be fair.
He does.
Garchomp kind of needs it. His Mega was shafted.
Yeah, in ZA though, I think it's fine since speed
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily matter if you're playing competitive. But if with champions coming around the door,
Oh, absolutely. It needs a
this
different
could
Mega. Like if Garchomp's going to be
this
viable.
could yeah, this could absolutely save any Mega Garchomp enjoyers. Mega Lucario, I thought Mega Lucario was just kind of mid. I love the design.
Yeah.
I love Mega Evolution in general, but again, just like with Garchomp, this could be the same where Mega Lucario could be competitively viable. We don't know anything. These are just rumors. Yeah, that's just about all I gotta say for that, really. Going back to what Andrew said with the Primal Groudon and Kyogre. We see in the DLC trailer, which if you didn't know, there is a DLC trailer for Legends ZA, that Hoopa and this girl that looks very similar to the champion of the X and Y Kalos region. They are making donuts, and two of the donuts that we've seen do look like the symbols that Primal Groudon and Kyogre have on them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. December 19th is the date for the DLC.
Which is so much sooner than I thought. Which, brought up the question, was the game content cut? Or what? But I did a little bit more research, and it was actually that
Yes.
ZA was supposed to be released last year. Or that was like kind of the...
Yes.
So the DLC was always supposed to come out at this time, but ZA is the one that got pushed back a little bit. Which is probably why we went so long without any ZA news. I feel like maybe a different direction happened where they were like, we kind of need to change some stuff. So I think maybe something like that was kind of a contributor.
Yeah, ZA, Scarlet and Violet, if I remember correctly, Scarlet and Violet and Legends ZA are some of the more recent Pokemon Game Freak games where they are breaking the mold or the tradition where every 2 years we get a new Pokemon game. And if we're getting more if we're getting more content like this, I would much rather wait like 3-4 years to get something as amazing as Legends ZA, rather than just kind of getting slightly like half finished games, right? Yeah. But
Pokemon's ramping up too. It's ramping.
It's been ramping up, yeah. So, really happy to see it.
Yeah, me too. All right, well, with that said, I believe that's all that's in the game news for this week. Like we mentioned a little bit before, we will cover the Las Vegas Regionals, and the weekend after that, we will cover the international event that is also popping up. But let's now go ahead and get into our main segment, which I like to call, which is the title of this video that you clicked on, Welcome to the World of Pokemon, where me and Will be talking about how we got introduced into Pokemon and what it has done with our lives, and like kind of how it affects us today as well. I think the biggest thing, because even my wife is just like, she's like, you're Pokemon otaku, and my wife is Japanese, so she's like very much like you love Pokemon, you know a lot about it, and I'm a big fan of it. But so how I started in Pokemon, I was born in '94, so I was born right 2 years before Red and Green came onto the scene, and then in America, Red and Blue. But I vaguely remember in my home, I think I had a couple friends come over. I had already known about Pokemon because of I believe it was the anime, and I knew about Pokemon Stadium. I believe. I think I had Pokemon Stadium. I feel like may have been actually like the first game I actually played. It's a little fuzzy, but I think the first mainline game I've ever played is Pokemon Blue. It wasn't mine. I borrowed it, or my friends came over, or like some family friends, and I played it because they're like, oh yeah, this it doesn't save for some reason, which at the time I didn't know save batteries were a thing, right? So the save battery must have been fried or run out. So I just played through that. Of course, I picked Charmander because Charmander, but it's it's I was like, man, I really, really want my own version, but I didn't have a Game Boy. So that Christmas, I vaguely remember because we got, me, my brother, and my sister, we all got a Game Boy. Me and my sister got a Game Boy Color, and then my brother actually got a Game Boy Advance. At this time, Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal were already out. So this was like 2000, 2001, 2002, something like that. And I got a Game Boy Color with Pokemon Gold. My brother got a Game Boy Advance that was packaged with Pokemon Crystal. And then my sister got Pokemon Silver. And that's... Gosh, it was just... That's the races after that just were done. Like, I was hooked onto Pokemon at that point. I watched the anime. We started opening cards. One of the best memories, I'd show you the card right now, is but I can't because it's that PSA getting graded right now, is I got a holographic Blastoise. It's not Shadowless. It's not second. It's the first edition,
Oh, nice.
but it's not. It's not a Shadowless. It's like the reprint of like the not second edition though. And
Hmm.
that I just set that off to PSA to get graded finally, and so the cards and everything, I was good. Gen 1, 2, 3, I played Ruby after Gold and Silver. I finished that. I, of course, picked... Cyndaquil was actually my first starter. Then I got to a point, I think it was the Kanto side. I couldn't beat a gym leader or something.
Mm.
And I was like, I'm going to start over, and I'm going to pick Totodile, because that just seems stronger. So I picked Totodile, but I was like, why don't I just get all three? And I asked my brother, so I just restarted the game 2 more times and got all 3 starters. So I actually
Nice.
ended up having all 3 in my entire journey at that point. And for Alligator was my first level 100 Pokemon, because, just was having so much fun.
Hmm.
I just kept doing the Pokemon League over and over again. I caught every single legendary you could. Raikou and Entei and Suicune can... I'm gonna watch my language on this, so I'm not gonna say anything. But like, the roaming
Yeah,
legends
yeah.
legendaries back in the day were not fun. Um,
Hmm.
and then Ruby Sapphire comes around, picked Ruby, played through that, loved it. I actually to this day still have my Blaziken with me because I transferred it up through the years, and I have the same Blaziken I had on my Ruby Sapphire run through, like in
Hmm.
my team, and I will use it in Champions if I could, just as like a yeah. This Pokemon is literally over 20 years old, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then So this is where the part of my story kind of changes. So I played Diamond and Pearl, loved Diamond and Pearl.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm kind of biased, especially now, because speaking of which, got the Vulpix here because it's Hokkaido's Pokemon, and Sinnoh is Hokkaido, right? So
Hmm.
I'm very
Yeah,
biased about Diamond and Pearl, especially now because I live here. I live in the
me
real
too.
life. Oh gosh, Jubilife City. Yeah, we live in the real life Jubilife City, which is pretty cool. Yeah, both
Hmm.
me and Will, but we both live here. And I, but for some reason, after Diamond and Pearl, I was like, I was getting into high school at that time. Yeah, it was high school, definitely. Like end of junior high into high school. I just didn't play Gen 5. I was like, eh, maybe Pokemon's just for kids now. Like maybe it's
Which
over.
I've been telling you you should. I've been telling you
I've
you should
played
play
Gen
Gen 5
5.
because
I
it's
did
it's
play.
so good.
I did play
Hmm.
Black like back in or was it White? I can't remember. I think maybe it was White. I played White when I finally got to university, like years later after I had gotten back into Pokemon, but it just didn't click with me. So I am gonna give it another go. I'm finishing Brilliant
Hmm.
Diamond, Shining Pearl first, and then I'll go into it. I just gotta beat. I'm literally in front of Cynthia, so oh
Okay.
gosh, and gosh, that's a.
Yeah. Good
But
luck.
yeah, good luck. Yeah, my Pokemon are definitely under leveled, so it's like I might have to just put my original Infernape from my original Diamond run into my team as well, just to keep finish.
Okay.
Well, I've been doing a challenge with this run of Diamond and Pearl where I can only use Pokemon that are from Sinnoh, and but
Mm.
they have to be from Sinnoh, so I can't catch Murkrow to evolve it to Honchkrow. Can't do it. I have to just be able to
Yeah.
catch Honchkrow, which you just can't in the game. So I
Hmm.
just my choices are limited when I
There.
do these, and
Yeah.
I started with Turtwig too. But anyways, I skipped over Gen
Oh
5, and
man.
then
Okay.
University. I get back. I was like, you know what? X and Y's coming out. 3DX looks pretty solid. I'm gonna get back into Pokemon. Oh wow, this looks pretty cool, and I play it. Loved X. Had a good time with it. Sun and Moon came out. It was a game. Because I was very excited for Poplio initially, and then this is when
Yeah.
I'm glad I spoil Final Evolutions for me, because I was like, okay, I want the Fire Cat now, because that's just
Hmm.
how I am. I like cool Pokemon, like I like cute Pokemon too. Like don't get me wrong, like I really do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
You prefer cool
I mean, my
Pokemon.
favorite Pokemon is Nidoking, so it's like
Yeah.
it's a very much like wow, cool, and I like Charizard, so it's like I'm very typical with those kind of things. But
Yeah. It gives you an image of what you like.
yeah, exactly. But Sun and Moon came, didn't even play Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, because around that time in 2017, that is when I moved to Japan, actually. So I just didn't have time, didn't really have the money also to like be spending on games, that I just
Mhm.
skipped over Ultra Sun, because also I was like, is it really change anything? Apparently it did. And eventually I will. I have to pick up a Japanese 3DS, and I'll pick up a Japanese copy because you can change it to English. I can do it in Japanese if I really wanted to, but
Yeah.
I don't want to. Um, but Sword and Shield comes by. I really did, overall, I'm pretty sure, like, I did enjoy Sword. I think that was something that I didn't like the starters. I know that's like some people love the starters, some people don't like them. Gen 8 was probably my
Mhm.
least favorite group of starters to have to choose from. Like, I just,
I thought they were okay.
yeah, I know, and I know a lot of people love Score Bunny, and I know,
Mhm.
I can't, it's just not for me. It's not mine. But, and then Scarlet Violet came by, and I know when it first released, it was like, not good to people. I saw some of the flaws. I mean, I had a cutscene that I still have, like, a recording, where I did it at the bottom of the world. Like, I fell through the world, because I, like,
Mhm.
jumped on Koraidon. I hit, like, a corner, or, like, a kind of like an in between of
Yeah.
like two materials in the game or whatever, like a cliff, like two pieces of land, and I fell through, like I
Mhm.
glitched through it, but I had crossed over a certain point where a cutscene started, and the school academy professor was walking on water and talking to me while I was T posing. So it was a very interesting conversation, and then I was stuck
Mhm.
down there. I had to, luckily, because like I was scared. I saved, but then I turned it off, turn it back on. It's like, I'll be out. I wasn't. Luckily, you can fly any point in the game, like to a
Yeah.
Pokemon Center, so that's what got me out of it, luckily. But
Mhm.
I enjoyed Scarlet Violet. I loved Arceus. Like, oh my gosh. Like, Arceus was like, this is the Pokemon game I've been waiting for. But the funny thing is, I went back and played Arceus to finish the Pokedex to get the shiny Enamorus on Pokemon Home. Boy, is it a lot rougher. You have
Congratulations.
like playing that game again, like going back to it, honestly, like after Scarlet and Violet to an extent. Well, there are some things I love. Like I love being able to catch Pokemon, but the moment you aggro some of them, you can't catch them anymore, and then you have to battle them,
Mhm.
and it's so frustrating. Like, and then some of the Pokemon spawns and stuff in Arceus is annoying. Like, I just like a lot of
Mhm.
I got very annoyed by a lot of stuff replaying Arceus. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
and then I'll talk about ZA. ZA I like more than Arceus. Oh gosh, oh god, oh. But the thing is,
No,
I
I agree
like
with you.
I like the location and I like the ambiance. I'm not even gonna say story, and that might irk some people. I do like the story of Arceus. Don't get me wrong, but
Mhm.
ZA, besides location, because I'm just not huge on the one city thing. But at the same time, I'm not upset about it because I appreciate not having to constantly have to load like into different zones and stuff.
Yeah.
I know some people prefer that, but I just whatever. Um, everything else about ZA is just improved. There's a couple of
Mhm.
annoyances I have with ZA. One being the 1,000 trainer battle to get the shiny charm requirement,
Yes.
but at the same time, the battles are so fast and fluid to me. It just didn't.
Mhm.
I mean, it did bother me, and it was a grind. Like it was a grind. And I also think hiding some
Mhm.
of the mega evolutions behind rank battle isn't great. But
Yeah. Right.
as a whole, I still think
It,
it's fine. You know.
yeah. Yeah.
But besides that, I met a lot of my friends also with Pokemon through the TCG, especially here because we started a trading card group. And I never really
Mhm.
played the TCG. I always collected them, but I really got into playing it a few years ago. And a lot of my best friends now all play in that group with us. One of my friends, Kyle, we did Matcha Gotcha together. If you don't know, is a card game channel where we did like Pokemon cards opening. And sometimes we'll upload something, but it is a little bit more slower down these days. And but then, of course, I met Will through playing the card games as well, and my wife actually. He works with my wife, so
Mhm.
at school. But
Mhm.
yeah, I've been in Japan, I guess, over 8 years, and Pokemon has been a journey with me for it. Especially being able to see like real
Mhm.
life locations in comparison with Diamond and Pearl, and even when I travel to Tokyo and stuff like Kanto and then Kansai with Johto. But that's kind of my story with Pokemon, and it's kind of more ramped up over the years. If anything, I had a small little slow period in high school where I kind of fell off, but now I'm 100% back in, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here. But why don't we go ahead and I've talked long enough. Let's get Will's side of the story with Pokemon.
Yeah, so while you were playing Pokemon Diamond and Pearl and Platinum in high school, I was just starting to play Pokemon Diamond and Pearl and Platinum as a 6-year-old.
Oh God!
So yeah, I was born in 2000,
Oh
and I
gosh!
remember not to date Andrew here, but no, I remember. I don't necessarily remember like how or when I got my like DS and Pokemon Diamond, but I remember specifically I'm getting I'm picking up dinner with my dad and I'm playing my DS, and as we're waiting to receive our food, I'm like deciding between Turtwig, Chimchar, Piplup, and I'm like, oh, like I don't know, like I can't decide. Like that was my first Pokemon game, and it like when that's your first game, when that's your first experience, it's such a big, like if you're really into the game, right? Like that's such a big moment for you. I ended up picking Chimchar. We'll never go back on that decision. I think I love all of the Gen 4 starters, but I will love Chimchar forever and ever. And I'm glad I did, because there is one other fire type in the game. So no,
Yeah,
there are two other fire types.
It's Ponyta.
Yeah, so
I'm playing the
Ponyta and
yeah, my
yeah,
current run
Ponyta
has
and
no fire
Magmar.
type. My current
Yeah,
run has no
so
fire type.
good luck with
Oh
that.
gosh, and Skuntank
Well,
only
you're at
has
Cynthia, so
flamethrower. And it's a physical attacker.
yep.
Oh gosh.
So I played that was my first Pokemon game, and I remember after that I played Pokemon Ruby with the battery dead, because yeah, I bought the copy and it was just so old and the battery died, and I was like, I don't know what this means, but I can save the game so I can still play it, which is fine. And
Yeah, I think just time. I think
man,
timed events can't work. I think it's
yeah, it's just timed events. So things like berries. You can't evolve Feebas into Milotic. You can't.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, yeah. Just because you can't get berries, you can't find the. I don't remember. I think it's Mirage Island. You can't get Mirage Island.
That's right. Yeah.
Stuff like that. So nothing that prevents you from playing the game normally. So yeah, I played Pokemon Diamond, and then I played Ruby, and I picked Blaziken as my starter because I was like, "Oh, Chimchar's so great! Chimchar's so great! I gotta pick Torchic. Yeah, fire is good, right?" And I don't ever remember beating those games, because at the time I don't remember beating them, because then Platinum came out, and then I got Platinum, and ever since Platinum I have pre-ordered every single Pokemon game, almost every single Pokemon game, because I didn't get Black and White 2, Ultra Sun and Moon, and unfortunately ZA, I did not get to pre-order that. But yeah, no, I have just always been in love with Pokemon. It's always been there for me. The story, the music, the Pokemon themselves, the trainers. I I just grew such a deep attachment to them, and I think a lot of people my age too. Maybe this happens with you too, Andrew, because I don't know, because I only hear it with people my age. I will I will never forget being like in my bed under the blankets, like you can't breathe, playing your DS, playing the DS. Yep.
So for
And
me,
just
it's the Game Boy Color. It doesn't have a backlight,
Yeah.
so you're in the car
Yep.
and you're using like the night street lights, like to get a little
Yeah.
bit of light to play a little bit longer. So that's like
Hmm.
my experience with that. But no, 100%.
Yeah. My experience is playing under the sheets
Hmm.
with the volume at full blast and hoping your parents don't hear you when you should be sleeping.
Yeah, for sure.
And I, oh man, I have just like I've never fallen off. I don't think I've ever fallen off.
Hmm.
Um, uh, I honestly can't remember why I wouldn't play Black or White 2 or Ultra Sun and Moon, but
Hmm.
no, I've like genuinely, it has been such an amazing experience with the community and the people. And um, I only recently started playing the card game. I started playing in, I want to say November.
Hmm.
So almost a year. So I'm like, yeah, it's been a year now since I started playing the card game. And no, because we're both English teachers
Yeah.
in Japan here. I met your wife, and she was like, "Oh, my husband likes card games, and he likes Pokemon too. Do you want to meet him?" I was like, "Hell yeah, I do."
Let's
So
do it. Let's do
I was
it.
like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And then, yeah, so that's how I met Andrew, and it's funny being placed in Sapporo because, like you mentioned earlier, this is
Jubilife.
like Sapporo is Jubilife City, and I just have such a deep connection to the Gen 4 games
Yeah.
that I think it's funny that I'd be here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot more that I can say, but I think
We're encroaching 40
I'm
minutes.
yeah, I think we gotta pick up the pace a little bit.
Yeah,
So,
for
but yeah,
sure.
I love the series. I love everything about it. It's never. I don't want to say it's disappointed me. It's never
Oh,
let
I
me
mean, every
down.
Pokemon Day
it's
every year in recent
it's
memories.
it's disappointed me, but it's never let me down. It's always been there
Hmm.
for me. I've met a lot of great people because of it, and
Yeah.
yeah. So that's me, and that's my Pokemon journey.
You know, it's funny that I stopped in Pokemon White, Black and White. Like that's the funny part. And I've got this PSA 10 for
Uh,
like White
okay,
Reshiram.
wait,
Like not
way to
to not
flex
to
on
not to
us.
flex on anyone or anything,
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of both of our stories with Pokemon, and we are excited to share these future endeavors, or not endeavors, but more future things about Pokemon with you guys as well, and our
Yeah.
thoughts. And from I wouldn't call us Pokemon experts, but maybe Pokemon experienced Pokemon
And
enjoyers. You know, we've been
Pokemon
around it.
intermediates.
Pokemon intermediate. Like we've been around. Like I've
I think I think we're experts in some degree. We've played the
hmm.
game for so long, you know.
And which one haven't we played? Because I played a lot of the spin-offs too. So it's like you bet we're gonna
Yep.
talk about Mystery Dungeon at some point. You know,
Pokemon
so
Ranger.
oh Pokemon.
Oh,
I got Manaphy the correct way back in the day.
oh, really,
Yeah, I
man?
got Manaphy the correct way from Rangers that you transfer over to Diamond and Pearl. You run around, hatch the egg. It was pretty dope. But
The play,
yeah,
the playground, the playground rumor for Mew was that it's under the truck,
under the
right?
truck.
The
Yep, there it
play,
is.
the playground, the playground rumor for Manaphy, I remember, was you have to go to the waterfall right outside Victory Road, and
Oh, okay.
you have to do a circle like and create a whirlpool on a specific tile, and then you'll go underground and get Manaphy. And I was like, that makes sense because in the last game you use
It makes
dive. You
sense.
you use dive in the last game. It makes sense. It works. So that
100%.
was I
And
remember that being
Whirlpool was
the
in Gen 2. Oh.
yeah. I was like, that was the playground rumor for
Mm,
Manaphy. I remember that.
yeah. That's very
Mm,
cool. But like, yeah. So that's I mean, Pokemon is it's pretty I wouldn't say it's our whole lives, but it's a big part of it, you know.
mm,
And
yeah.
uh next week we're excited to get a little bit more into it, and we're also going to be doing a little bit more than just a podcast here on the channel. We hope that we can do some gameplay videos. So if you guys have some thoughts on what you guys would like to see us do, please put it in the comments below. But also for the big, I want to get our viewers involved, who are watching. If you guys would like to just put in the comments below or wherever you're listening to this, just put down there how you got started into Pokemon. What was your earliest Pokemon memory or your favorite Pokemon memory? And we'll maybe read off some of them in the next episode. So, all right. Well, that's going to be it from A-Specs today, everyone. Of course, my name is Andrew, and I've got Will, and we will see you guys next time.
See you next time, guys. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.